everybody, and welcome again to my channel. I'm your host, John Ersic III, and today we're going to be looking at the Darksaber by hypersabers.com. As always, guys, I post content every month here on the channel, so do not forget to hit that subscribe button, and also ring the bell for notifications so you guys know whenever there's a video out every month. Okay, so the Darksaber originally was featured in the TV show Star Wars, the Clone Wars, the series. They had a great storyline where they were talking about the Warriors of Mandalore, and that's where it was first introduced. Then what happened was it later made its way into Season 2 and 3. Actually, not Season 2. It only made its way through Season 3. Sorry, that's a correction right there. Season 3 of Star Wars Rebels. And actually, it was in Star Wars Rebels where we had a little bit more of a reveal as to what the Darksaber was, who designed it, and its nature and history. So, that's the story behind the Darksaber right there. Now, I was looking on the web, and there are other companies who have also made versions of this iconic saber. However, I wanted to go with hypersabers.com again, because if you guys have seen my channel, and you guys have seen my lightsaber reviews video before, back when I did it back in 2017, I was really satisfied with that lightsaber there. And also, as I was looking in terms of price range and features with the saber, the one offered on hypersabers.com is usually running about $499. However, when I bought it, I purchased this actually last year during their Black Friday sale, and for then, it was actually brought down to half price, making it only $299, which, well, if you're in the market for a saber, that's actually pretty darn good. So now, your first question is, John, wait a second, you bought this lightsaber back in 2018 of last year, so why are we just getting the review now? Well, I'll tell you guys why. The reason why is because, one, I had a lot of stuff going on with my day job, so I didn't get this review out in time, and I also had a bunch of family stuff going on, hence the reason why you guys are getting this several months later. But another thing I noticed was that in comparison from this lightsaber that was produced by hypersabers.com, in comparison from that one to the 1.0 lightsaber that I bought back in 2017, it was not a satisfying experience. And there are 4 challenges or problems that I myself encountered with this lightsaber, and I'm going to break it down for you guys in the order of how they happened, and hopefully this can serve as a warning to you guys so you guys know what you're getting yourselves into should you decide to buy this lightsaber. So, problem number 1. This lightsaber has to be assembled. Something that they didn't disclose on the website was that the lightsaber itself needed to be assembled. I mean, I probably should have guessed this, but it would have been nice to have known ahead of time. Basically, when the lightsaber came, it came with the hilt and the guard and everything, and then the blade, rather than being attached to the blade, was just sitting inside of the actual hilt. And, I mean, it was well put together. I mean, nothing broke. I mean, my biggest fear was that first it was broken when it arrived, and then I'd have to send it back, request a new one, and then that could take, goodness knows how long. And everybody knows that when you order stuff during the holidays, you either end up being one of 2 people. You either get stuff rather quickly and sooner than expected, or you're one of those people who ordered something super late and then it ends up getting backlogged. So, that was problem number 1, was that the lightsaber needed to be assembled. Okay, so, went on their Instagram and I messaged the guy and I said, look, I just bought the Darksaber and I need to know how to assemble it. And they sent me 2 videos, detailing on how to do it. And I followed the instructions, but after following the instructions, I ran into 2 more additional problems. So, problem number 2 that came along was that regardless of how well I followed the instructions, the blade kept wobbling. Now, I am by no means a sword expert, but I'm pretty sure any warrior that is given a sword, if they, are swinging it around and the blade is not staying in the hilt, they're not going to want to use it in battle. Now, granted, this is a toy, I get that, but still, it was pretty expensive, and all I could think to myself is, I followed the instructions to a T, how come the blade is still wobbling? So I messaged them again, and they said, oh, so there's a specific screw, and what you need to do is you need to keep tightening it, they said, until the blade stops wobbling. And I thought to myself, well, okay, I'll just keep tightening it. But here is where I ran into problem number 3. So problem number 3 was that after following the instructions and trying to tighten it as hard as I could, and they recommend using a cloth over the screw and using needle nose pliers to tighten the screw, I ended up shredding the screw in the process. Apparently I tightened it too much, or I don't know, maybe the product was defective. One or the other. Either way, I could no longer secure the blade, and basically all I had was a really expensive flashlight. So what I ended up having to do was I later sent the lightsaber to my brother-in-law, who is a welder by trade. He was able to fix it and give me a new screw. And as a result, I mean, the lightsaber really doesn't look any different. Well, actually, let me show you guys. See, this is it right here. Now, originally with the blade, there's supposed to be like a cover that goes right about here. But as you can see right here, there is the new screw that I ended up having to get from my brother-in-law. And because of that, now I can't put the cover on it. I mean, it's not a huge problem. I mean, the blade is still, in the hilt. But it is kind of a bit of a letdown, and I ended up having to spend another $100 on that. But anyways, that's what ended up happening with problem number 3. And you think that would be the end of it, but nope, I ended up running into another problem, and this one I found at a much later time, and this is by far probably the worst one out of the entire experience. Now, problem number 4 was that sometimes they don't publish their reviews on the website. Now, all of you guys have been in this situation before. You purchase something from a website, you buy something in store, and what happens is sometimes they'll send you either a survey or they'll send you an email asking, hey, rate your experience, did you like the product? And, well, this was no different from hypersabers.com. They sent me an email asking me to review the product I had bought. So, and this was, back in December, November to December, around that time, Black Friday sale, and I had not been really satisfied with the product. And what ended up happening was I posted a rather negative review explaining all of my distaste and the problems that I had to go through and challenges that I faced while having this lightsaber in my possession. Now, this is where things really got annoying. Not only did they not publish my review, but if you currently go to their website right now, the Darksaber currently has no reviews and no star ratings whatsoever, which is weird because back when I bought the Hypersaber 1.0, they published my review. In fact, I have it right here. Title: Pretty awesome. This was my second time buying a lightsaber, but first time buying one from Hypersabers, and it exceeded my expectations. It was perfect for my Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker costume too. And in case you guys are doubting me, here is a picture of from when I did that same costume, and also some more video footage of me with the 1.0 lightsaber. It's just, it really bugs me when companies do this where they only publish the positive reviews over the negative ones. Guys, you got to take the critique from your consumers. If you don't, how are you going to grow as a company? You cannot keep your head in the sand. Unless you're an ostrich. This isn't one of those situations. Okay, gang, so this is my review with the product. Now, could you potentially buy this and not encounter any of the problems that I have? Yes, potentially you could. Chances are maybe they did fix the problems. Maybe they did not. I don't know. I can't speak for them. But as a fellow nerd and a fellow Star Wars fan, I cannot, in good conscience, suggest that you buy this lightsaber produced by them. Granted, hypersabers.com does make some really good products, but this one just turns out not to be one of them. Okay guys, that is my review on the Darksaber by hypersabers.com. If you liked the video, don't forget to give this video a like, and also leave a comment. I'd like to know how you guys are doing. As always, my name is John Ersic III, and I'll see you guys next month in the next review video. Until next time, my friends, peace!